Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for my live video around cultivating effective team building activities. I'm Leslie Godet, self-care strategist for female entrepreneurs who lead teams, and I help them infuse self-care into their businesses so that they and their team members can avoid burnout, sustain momentum, and thrive together both personally and professionally. Today, I want to talk to you about team building, team collaboration, and why it's important for the health of your business. It starts with enhanced problem solving. When your team and yourself works together, collaborating, and you support each other individually in your roles as well as collectively as a team, again, it helps in problem solving. It leads to better outcomes because you're solution focused together. Diverse teams bring, again, if you bring people from different areas of your business, like someone is a VA, someone is in the marketing, someone's a social media manager, someone does other client outreach, whatever that looks like in your business, diverse teams bring a wider range of perspectives and solutions to the table. And research supports the notion that groups can outperform even the best individual efforts, highlighting the value of collective intelligence in tackling complex issues. So think of the concept like Napoleon Hill talks about in The Law of Success, the 16 lessons, where he talks about the mastermind. You put two or more minds together working in harmony with each other to reach the same objective, you've created a mastermind. And as long as they're in harmony and they're in alignment with that, you're going to find that this collective energy of minds, the mastermind, will come to that solution and have even greater results. So that's why I wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, team building also encourages individuals to step outside of their comfort zones and promotes creative thinking and innovation. Again, with that mastermind principle in mind, when you bring together people from the different backgrounds and expertise areas who have the company's goals collectively in mind, that's the objective. Team building fosters an environment where groundbreaking ideas can emerge, significantly benefiting the organization as a whole. Now, participating in team building activities also can significantly boost job satisfaction, personal growth, and reduce stress among your team members. So it's like, think about it this way. When you are in a team environment, if you don't feel connected to each other, you feel like maybe you're not good enough, because of course we all have our own stories, what we tell ourselves. And so if you have grown up and maybe you didn't feel connected, maybe you didn't feel valued, maybe you were never told that you were good enough, or maybe you were told you weren't good enough and you carried that with you your whole life. Being in a team that fosters that team collaboration and doing it together helps you to feel that you're not alone, you're not isolated, you're not stressed because you feel isolated, and you are learning to ask for help, right? I feel that asking for help is a self-care essential because it allows for you to get that support. You don't feel like you're all alone in an island by yourself. And it's a sign of strength, not of weakness. So don't think that just because you're in an environment where it is a team, and maybe you are not, maybe you're just starting out with this team, and maybe you feel like, oh, I don't know everything like everyone else does. Don't get yourself in that place where you lock yourself away, isolate yourself, and you don't ask for help, because that doesn't help the team. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the business as a whole. And again, the team leader, the CEO of the business should also be aware of this. Like, make sure that your team members are communicating not only with you, but with each other, because we are better together. I've talked about this in previous lives, that no matter how good your team is, if you have one person that's not doing well, you're only as strong as that one person who's not doing well. You're at their level. If you have four up here and one down here, you're only as good as this person here. So it's learning to be able to work together as a team to bring you all up to the same level, and that will have like that more ease and flow in the business. Now, team building helps identify and nurture potential leaders, right? By encouraging decision making and leadership skills. I've talked to different women recently. I've been doing some market research calls, and one of the things that has stood out for me is that having their team members feel like they're part of the equation, part of the decision-making process. Of course, it's the business owner's business, and they have final say. But having a team that actually helps to give ideas, insights, feeling confident to do that also helps the CEO of the company see who her team leaders are in the business to help her. And when you give everyone a voice and a chance to lead, it promotes a more democratic and collaborative workplace culture. It's a win-win for the business because it allows the CEO to feel more confident when she's expanding and hiring. I say she because that's who I work with, as I had said in the beginning. It will help her to feel more confident in the hiring process because she'll have people already in her business who can step in as those mentors for new hires, making their transition more seamless, making it less about, oh, we have another hiccup, right? It's like having that, you already have your team, you already have your collective team that you're working with, and you bring in new people as you expand or you grow. Maybe you bring in new people because some people are now deciding to go out on their own to do something else, and that's okay. Actually fostering that ability to say, hey, I want you to grow as a human being and not say, oh, you can't leave me. But it's allowing for you to have this type of environment in your business is going to draw the people that you need, that you want to have in your business, helps you to hire better when you have already this team collaboration mindset working for you. And then you'll have those people, the right people coming, and you can hire the people that are the right fit. It's really important for you to pay attention also for those who work from home. So I know a lot of us have online businesses. So if you have an online business, especially, it's so important that you understand that team building can also bring remote teams closer because it facilitates interactions that might not happen otherwise, right? Because we work from a lot of time from multiple places around the world. So having that team collaboration idea and having that team building together, we work together as a team, always having that mindset, it's going to really help to build that camaraderie and a sense of unity among your team members. So, because they may not share, again, that physical office space, because not everyone now, there are a lot of people who have online businesses. But for those of you who do have physical office space, of course, this is also for you too, to make sure that you are making sure that your team is, working together. Again, it helps build that community within the workplace. And team building activities encourage collaboration and make employees feel a part of a family, right? This not only enhances your workplace relations, but also it improves overall team performance and engagement. It's why I feel a holistic approach to business is crucial for quality of life in the business as well as your personal pursuit of quality of life. Right? It should not just be a personal pursuit, a personal endeavor to have like self-care personally, where you take care of you, because again, you spend so much time with the people that you work with. If you have that quality of life within the business, it just makes it for a much more healthier environment. You're happier because again, it increases those happiness levels. When you engage in fun, for example, in creative team building activities, that can break the monotony of daily work. So finding ways to have them work on tasks together that are fun, not always just like everything is serious, because again, you still want to have, again, like that family type of idea, because you are working together. You are together along a lot of time. Like you spend a lot of time with the people you work with. So it's really important. And again, when you do this, as a CEO of your company, your team members feel valued and they feel like you care about them again, too, as well as like, and whether they're remote workers, whether they're hybrid remote, whether they're in office full time, you are showing them that you care about their well-being, and they will in turn reciprocate like, oh, I really want to be here because you care about me. These are the things I address when I work with my clients, beginning with my team wellness code, because I believe that when you can right out of the gate start with the premise of being on the same page as the CEO's vision and mission for her business, it makes things easier for growth, right? Because your team understands this is a vision that I have for my business, the mission I'm on, for the impact that I want to make in the world. And that allows you to hire those people who have that mindset, or coming in with that mindset, because they understand that wellness is part of your foundational process. And you also are then finding people that fit that mold. Now, we also are looking at other areas like trust, communication, and collaboration, because people are looking for these things. Like they're looking for places to feel at home. You know, a lot of people now are going out into the workforce when they are looking for a job. They are looking for diversity, but they're also, I believe, looking for that wellness factor. You know, where you actually value me. I feel good about going to work because I really feel like you care about the work that I do, but you care about me as a human being. I'm not just a number. I'm not just a person filling a seat, but I'm actually a part of your company. Because when you start a business, when you hire people, you're not, I believe anyways, I wouldn't think that you're just hiring people for them to just be there for just a season and then gone. You want them there to help you build your business. You want people in there that are there to actually help you bring your vision to life, and you want them to be on the same wavelength as you are. So it's really important. In a recent article published by Harvard Business Publishing, it highlights the tangible benefits of high trust organizations, noting that employees in such environments report significantly less stress, they have more energy at work, there's a higher productivity, fewer sick days, there's more engagement, more satisfaction with their lives, and less burnout compared to those in low trust companies. And specifically, these organizations see a 74% reduction in stress, a 106% increase in energy at work, 50% higher productivity, 13% fewer sick days, 76% more engagement, 29% more satisfaction with their lives, and 40% less burnout. And these are numbers that you should be paying attention to, because it's really important that you want your team to feel good, to be energized, to have a be productive at work. Obviously, you want them to use their time effectively, but you also want to make sure that they're taking care of themselves. They're not working right through an entire work day. Like if you have an 8-hour period where they work with you, and you don't want them working straight 8 hours, because they're not going to really be productive. They're not going to really be using their time effectively, because they're not going to feel energized. Usually, if you continue this cycle, doing this every day in and day out, and you work those, say, a 5-day work week, and you don't take those breaks, it's going to lead to burnout. You're going to find that it's going to lead to burnout. Leaders are extremely instrumental in building the trust, right? Creating an environment where the team members feel comfortable expressing themselves and taking risks, being transparent, authentic, and reliable. And leaders can significantly enhance trust within the team. For me, authenticity, I know that word gets thrown out around a lot, but for me, the word authentic truly means that when you say you do what you do, you walk the walk that you are talking. So, being a self-care strategist, the things that I talk about and that I work with my clients in the self-care essentials that will help a person, I guess, fill their cup, if you will, that term. But really, to like things like learning to say yes to the right things, using your calendar effectively. A lot of the time, people just fill their calendar. They don't know how to prioritize, and it's all over the map. Having taking those breaks, which is essential. Having a hard stop, like you're not working into the wee hours of the morning, or not even like having that stop at the end of the day and then working late into the wee hours of the next day. That doesn't help you, especially if you have to get up early the next day. Making sure you set yourself up for a good night's rest. These are just some of the things that are essential to me for self-care, for me to have, for me to be at my optimal. So these are some of the things that I talk about with my clients. And also, too, the one thing too about that helps foster trust is and sharing information openly, like that open communication, providing like regular feedback, and encouraging that open communication that demonstrates vulnerability and follow through on commitments. Again, when you are being open, it's not you don't have to share every single detail of your life or every single detail of the business. Some things you might keep close to the chest, some things you might only be sharing with the leaders in your organization. Still, though, having that open communication to let the team know what we're working on and how we're working on it, and how things might change maybe things change at a given moment because you have an aha moment and you're thinking, okay, I need to change direction a little bit. Having that open communication with your team so that they understand, okay, in the beginning, look, this is how we're doing things, but we may pivot because as we are going along and we're building whatever it is that we're building, things might change a little bit. And I'm going to come back to you and say, look, this is going to change a little bit. We're going to pivot a little bit this way. And having them to feel confident to speak up if they don't understand, if they need more information, if they need further clarification, it's really important. And that helps you to have more like ease and flow with your day to day, because now you have a team that understands like things can change and I'm okay with that, because you are openly keeping me in the loop, and so I don't have to guess. The synergy of trust, communication, and collaboration within a team doesn't just contribute to a positive work environment, because it directly impacts your business success and efficiency. These elements ensure that challenges are met with collective creativity and that the team can navigate complex problems effectively, ultimately leading to more successful outcomes. Again, this is how I work with my clients throughout my process. Again, I start them with the team wellness code. And then as we move further into the year, yes, it is a year-long process, but the reason why I believe that you do this for a year, you really will see the growth from the beginning of where you started, creating that wellness ideology, I guess, if you will, not only within the mindset of the CEO, but of your team, and helping them to grow together, to effectively grow together, so that as you go through this year and the coming years, you have more ease and flow in your company. And so again, we'll have other team building workshops for the entire team in working with me, as well as those that I specifically tailor to the CEO and her leaders. And I'm also open, obviously, to put in other things there that will obviously affect that particular business, because no two businesses are the same. And so some of their needs are going to be different. Now, effective team building activities, what can you do? You can have icebreakers for like new teams, right? Quick activities to help them get to know each other, like sharing information about themselves, because again, you spend so much time with each other at work. It's good to know each other, so that also someone might not be as open to speaking up. That also can give you a clue, like, oh, I need to be more proactive in asking this person questions so that they don't get lost in the shuffle. Problem solving challenges are great. Having activities that encourage creative thinking and collaboration to get to those solutions. Helping your team learn to be less obstacle focused and more solution focused, or less obstacle challenged and more solution focused, meaning they're not focusing on the problem as much as they are looking for the solution. Or if they come to the table with a problem, that they also come to the table with a solution or the idea of a solution, because then that opens up the communication to talk about what's going on. You can do trust building exercises like games and activities designed to enhance trust and understanding within the team. And that's just like, it's just making it fun, not making it. You want to build this team. Again, you are like family. You are a different family, a family away from home. You are a work family, and you are going to be working together very closely for many hours during every day. And so it's really good to have that, to learn to trust each other in making decisions and coming up with ideas. Again, if you're in that collaborative team environment where you're thinking of a solution to a problem, you want to be able to trust each other. And then, of course, communication activities, techniques to improve open and effective communication among team members is like maybe having a fun little game where people write down something about themselves. They don't put a name, but then you shuffle the cards and then you read something like something about myself, and you read what it says, and then you have to guess who that is about. And that just learns to learn about each other on another different level, again, making it fun. Now, I'm going to be doing another live around this particular area of team building activities to promote wellness and quality of life personally and professionally at a later date. But I wanted to share these ideas with you to get you started thinking about how you might effectively start building up your team so that they're more productive in the way of using their time effectively, right? But also making sure that they take care of themselves even while they're working. Now, I want to, before I finish up, to address some frequently asked questions around team building, especially if you haven't been doing it within your team now, your team dynamic, and now you want to implement it, but you're finding that some of your team members are resistant to this process. So first question would be like, how do you engage team members who are resistant to team building activities? So again, open communication. Some people might not really feel confident to speak up. You know, some of the women that I know who've said that they are introverted, they are deep listeners. Okay. So it doesn't mean that they are resistant really to doing anything, but they are may not speak up as easily as someone who's extroverted and easily able to like voice their opinion, to step outside of the comfort zone and say things that, you know, maybe to engage people, to see like ideas, you know, voicing their ideas. So allowing yourself to ask your team members, like acknowledge their concerns and emphasize the benefits of a team working together, such as improved communication and collaboration, right? And offer a variety of activities to cater to different interests and personalities. And again, I'm going to do another video around team building, but I just wanted to, you know, address a couple of questions. Second question, what strategies can be used to make team building a regular part of our culture? So I say start with small informal activities to gradually integrate team building into the workplace, because sometimes, again, some people it's easier than others to be open about stepping in outside of their comfort zone and doing things. Maybe they don't feel confident because they've been in on teams or in organizations or just life in general where they've had experience around a team environment, and they didn't feel valued, they didn't feel like they were connected, and so it's really hard for them. So you start small, and highlight success stories to demonstrate the value and encourage participation. So find ways to be able to talk about with your team, like, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. What have you done that you're really excited about, that you are proud of yourself for achieving, and help bring them out of their shell if they're someone who might be resistant to really speaking up, and maybe being a part of that environment where team culture is really valued. Third question is, how can we measure the success of team building efforts? So the first thing is really important. As the owner of the business, you need to set clear objectives for each activity and gather feedback through whether it's surveys or discussions, open discussions, and, you know, encourage open discussions. Again, communication is key here. Monitor changes in the team performance and dynamics over time to assess impact. This is important, especially if you have other leaders that are working with you, with your team. Make sure that they're paying attention and making sure that they see if someone is like maybe falling off, that you haven't seen them in a while, you're trying to locate them, they have a task that you need that's not completed. Like finding out, this is why I really feel like finding out and getting to know each other, then you get to see like, oh, this person needs more of a push, not in a negative way, but maybe needs to be prompted more, to be reminded more. And if they do good quality work, maybe over time, as you are offering not only feedback about how they might be able to improve, but really offer positive feedback about what they're doing well, because it's no fun if someone only hears about their shortcomings and where they can improve, right? And if maybe they need to be trained around something, like maybe ask them, is this something that you need to have some training around, and be open to offering training, some education or training around a specific topic to help them to improve so that they can do better. And this helps them for confidence, right? So a recap of the key takeaways for today. Number one, team collaboration is essential for business health. Working together, both individually and as a group, leads to better problem solving and innovation. Trust, open communication, and collaboration within a team fosters a safe environment for risk taking and innovation, which is crucial for navigating complex problems effectively, doing it together, right? Diverse teams bring a wide range of perspectives and solutions, significantly benefiting the organization as a whole. So, again, bringing your team members from different areas of what they do together to talk about maybe something you're working on as a whole, that for the business, and getting their perspective together. You never know. Someone might say something, you're like, I never thought of that. That's a great idea. So remember, this is really important. Team building activities boost job satisfaction. It reduces stress and helps you to identify potential leaders within your team, which again, what that does is it helps you when you're expanding and hiring new people or replacing someone within your team, that you have people that are already effective leaders in your team, that they can be those mentors for new hires. Team building brings remote teams closer, right? Facilitating interactions that might not have otherwise happened, because again, it helps to build that camaraderie and a sense of unity among team members who, again, don't share that physical office space. Engaging in creative team building can break the monotony of daily work, making employees happier and more likely to stay with the company. So team retention, that's what you want, right? You want people to stay to help you build the vision that you have for your company. And when you tailor team building strategies for your team, it's going to help you as the CEO of your company recognize that each team has unique dynamics, and they may require different approaches to foster that collaboration effectively. So someone is like, doesn't speak up that much. So maybe you need someone to be their accountability partner to help them to come out of their shell and help build that confidence. Also, establishing norms for respectful communication and conflict resolution ensures disagreements lead to productive outcomes. You want to make sure that you recognize the importance of the deep work alongside collaboration, that it's crucial to maintain productivity without overwhelming the people on your team. And assessing the effectiveness of collaborative efforts, right, through feedback and adjusting strategies based on the feedback is essential for keeping the collaboration dynamic, and responsiveness from your team. But make sure, again, that feedback also provided, is what they're doing right, because when you're always pointing out what someone's doing wrong, that's not going to help for confidence building, right? So you don't want to always be pointing out what they're doing wrong or what they can improve upon, but you want to make sure that you are telling them what they're doing right, and if they need to improve on something, provide those resources for them so they can improve and feel more productive. And your commitment to promoting your workplace health as the owner of your business reaffirms your commitment, again, the commitment to enhancing team dynamics and achieving collective success through effective team building activities. Now, I want to remind you that self-care is not just a personal luxury. It is a business necessity, because it enhances our capabilities as professionals and it enriches our work environments, because we spend so much time with each other in our work environments. Quality of life in the business should also be prioritized. So I encourage each of you to reflect on your self-care practices and see where you can make improvements as well. I also encourage you to take a look at your team and really reflect on their effectiveness as a part of your team. Do they work well with each other? Is there conflict? What can you do as the leader of your company to bring them together? Because when you look at your business from a holistic place and how wellness can significantly improve your business, your team, and most importantly, I guess most importantly, like when you look at it, how that holistic approach can improve your business, and just by the things that you bring in to promote team wellness, you'll benefit, right? You will benefit immensely, because you will have higher productivity from your team. You'll have a better morale from your team. You will probably most likely see lower health insurance costs. Again, bringing wellness programs into your company, and I talked about this last week, is that it's important that you can do that because you can then benefit from some incentives from your insurance company. And again, I am still doing research to see how that works when you're bringing in outside sources, because a lot of these wellness incentives come from incorporating your insurance company's wellness programs, but I'm sure there are other things as well. Team collaboration will be up. Team retention, and your team, because your team is going to feel valued. You're going to feel valued by your team because you are on the same page for the vision of your business, right? And the mission of your business, which is the impact you're trying to make in the world. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about today. I will talk to you again at a later date about actual team building activities. I want to thank you again for spending time with me today. I hope you've had an aha moment that has you thinking about how you can have a more effective team environment, and also that might have made you stop and think about what real quality of work can look like when you look at self-care as a foundational pillar for your business. That's it for today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time.